the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Our game tonight featuring the New Orleans Pelicans as they go up against the Dallas Mavericks. Well, for the Mavericks, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. So we're right around halfway through the season. Shaq, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both? Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system. You have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say, do your analysis, never make changes out of emotion.
Oh, okay.
See, I was emotional when I was talking about it.
Well, I heard you.
I
I understood it. I understood
All right.
it.
You did?
Not really, but.
Me either. And now with the tip-off coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
What a sight, a sky-high perspective of the beautiful city of New Orleans, where we're bringing you action tonight. Live from New Orleans, 2K Sports proudly brings you NBA basketball from the home of the Pelicans. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. For the Dallas Mavericks, they won their last contest, that game against Portland.
Yeah, just a terrific display of shooting, focused on taking shots that the offense was designed to create.
So many good things can happen for you when you just take your time and get to the spots on the floor where you have tremendous confidence.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Look, guys, we've heard the term unicorn given to rare players with great height and perimeter skills like Kristaps Porzingis, Karl Anthony Towns, Joel Embiid, and the Greek Freak. But with ever more big men adapting to today's perimeter-oriented game, unicorns might not be so rare after all. Kevin, we need a new name.
Amazing to think. DA, thanks. The season now starting to take shape, Brent. We have a better idea of who the real championship contenders might be.
There seem to be a lot of familiar faces, Kevin.
I agree.
Yeah, always.
But that's okay. I like that.
Yeah, I do too, because in the beginning of the year, we have to do those radio shows and make predictions. Some of our predictions are coming true, yes. Thank goodness.
I know. We look smart, don't we?
Or I don't know about that.
You know, you look smart. I don't. You look smart. So Dallas will get the first possession. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the floor for Dallas, Smith at point and Doncic next to him. Jordan is out there with Powell, and it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Holiday with it, guarded now by Barnes. Launches a 3. Mirotic's shot is off. Here's Dallas. Powell finds Smith, and he lays it straight in. Smith's got his first points of the game.
Working on his interior game, Smith Jr. is very aware he has what it takes to score from there.
Smith against Holiday. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
That's good from Holiday.
Well, after some seasons that were a little tough on Drew Holiday, both on and off the floor, he certainly got back on track last year in a big way. Posted his best season and played in the most games since the All-Star year he had in Philly in 13. So the health is always a concern, but Drew Holiday stepped up and was massive in the playoffs last year for this Pelican ball club.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Now here is Mirotic. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. And Holiday throws it down.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
Okafor with the steal. Takes the three. Mirotic's shot is off.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass, and a contested three is not your objective. One more, maybe.
And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pulls it up. Dishes it to Holiday. Over Smith. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. And going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
Yeah, and these teams pretty familiar with one another. They'll face off 4 times this year.
We'll get a great idea tonight of exactly how they match up in terms of strengths versus weaknesses. When it comes down to a 4-game season series, this first one is always a good indicator of what's to come.
And there's Randall on the assist from Moore. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Smith the pass to Powell. Back to Smith. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession.
All right, a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Moore. How last month turned out for him. He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 5. Tipped away. Randall kicks to Mirotic. Just 5 to shoot. A second chance effort. They get the rebound.
Yeah, a bit frigid to begin this one. Just can't make anything to get the game started.
The shot by Powell, no good.
Now, those are the kind of shots you like him taking. Even though he missed it, the offense will take those.
Moore dishes to Holiday. Outside Mirotic. Over Barnes. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
This is Smith Jr. in a nutshell. A fearless guy who takes on all comers when he's looking to score.
Hard to believe, isn't it, that a few years ago the direction for this Pelicans team was uncertain.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Alvin Gentry has found his way to put his imprint on this team. A lot of people not sure of how and if he could do that. He certainly has. It took some time to get those ideas in place, and the offense was never a problem with this group, especially with the way that Drew Holiday had such a huge year. It's going to be about some defense and some depth for them to push it a little bit further this season.
Dallas doing everything they could do to accelerate their rebuilding process this past summer, Greg. They made a lot of moves.
You know, trading up for Doncic sends the message they want to compete now. Brought in DeAndre Jordan to shore up the center spot. Mavs definitely accelerated to where they feel they can compete for a playoff spot.
Got to get out of his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
Pass to Powell. Back to Smith. A floater. That shot is off. Excellent D there from Holiday. And Mirotic kicks to Randall. Doncic with it. Coming off a solid outing against Portland. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Doncic has got his second bucket tonight.
And the level of concentration that Doncic has, even under pressure, this guy is cool as a cucumber.
Now here's Moore. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's the floater. He takes it up and lays it in.
Nice job getting it done in the paint. Moore playing a little bit fearless there and showing some good energy on the attack.
Smith against Holiday. Smith inside. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And the game plan is clear. Work the ball inside.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight. Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for New Orleans. Free throw good, Smith.
And you know, known for that rim-rocking dunking ability. Smith Jr., though, a special talent. This is a guy who wants to keep getting better over time.
Now here's Payton. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And it's Okafor missing.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Here's Smith. He really was a guy also who stepped up in that win against the Blazers. Clock at 6. Powell kicks to Smith. Dallas no good that time either. Pelicans trail by 7. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now they need a basket. That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Passes it to Powell. And stolen by Mirotic. No one near Payton as he lets it go. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Barnes kicks to Doncic. The 17-footer. Good as the jump shot falls. Doncic has got 6 points.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
The pass to Randall. Back to Payton. 5 on the clock. From 13. And that one comes up a bit short.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Kicks it to Moore from the arc. Barnes grabs the miss.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. We have so many great point guards in the league right now, Brent. Which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up the top of my list for pick and roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career. In the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry is still at the point guard position, does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but two of my favorites to watch. Well, many people had some high expectations for Elfrid Payton when he was drafted 10th in 2014. His offensive game has come along nicely. He sees the floor. He scores on the inside. I don't think he'll ever be a perimeter threat. And defensively, he could be a little bit more active.
One shot.
That's good from Payton. And Brent, as you mentioned, as good as Payton has made himself with the ball in his hands, His defense is holding them back.
Yeah, and some of those areas of weakness are easily addressed. You just can't get yourself out of position by overthinking possessions or gambling too much. It's just not a good way to go. So as much as you're the lead guard with the ball, sometimes defensively as a lead guard you can set the tone for a defensive possession. Peyton needs to learn that.
Now here is Hill. Following the missed shot by Dennis Smith. Free throw line jump shot and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, we've seen indications of Peyton and his all-around game, but we just would want to see the evolution of the shot come along, just more consistent from the outside. That's the next step.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Pelicans a much better team last year than they've been in the past. Still have some areas to address before maybe they become a home court advantage team or a top 4 seed. But the number one thing is they've got to get some more consistency in their outside game.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Well, the three is king right now, and spacing can be a problem for the Pelicans.
Well, the team knows they only have a handful of dead-eye shooters. They were in the bottom third for threes taken last year. They play to their strengths, which is a good thing, but in order for them to take the next step, it's got to be some dynamic play from the perimeter.
They get it back. And here's Barea. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Tries again. No good that time. And New Orleans will come the other way.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Randall no good.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
Matthews scanning the floor. Nowitzki left side. Over Miller. And Nowitzki gets it to go down on the assist by Matthews. Nowitzki's got his first points of the night. Peyton kicks to Miller. Back to Peyton. And there's the call on measure. That is his first foul of the game. Diallo, he's checked in for Julius Randle. And Dallas also making a switch. Doncic is checked in for Dennis Smith. Peyton outside. Back to Miller. The tray. It's rebounded by Dallas. Outside Matthews. Unloads from 13. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Matthews.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers for Wesley Matthews. How last month turned out for him. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he can play some valuable minutes on the wing for this team.
I just want to kick back and lounge here because when this guy's hot, it's a love story. And when he's cold, it's a nightmare. So sit back, get your popcorn. Let's see what he does.
Here's Clark, and it's blocked. But they recover it. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. With a break in the action, let's take a peek at the top rebounding teams in the NBA this season. Second, the Pelicans.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
Now, here's Doncic. He has 6. Pass to Barea. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and stolen by Miller. The feed to Peyton. No good on the fast break pull-up. Peyton against Barea. Peyton with some nice D. Pelicans trail by 9. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
41 seconds left in the first quarter, and he makes that one.
Oh, man, gotta love that pass there. Couldn't ask for a better one.
They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Barea with it. Now Payton defending. Barea against Hill. Barea finds Nowitzki. Over Payton. Dallas again missing. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They trail by 7. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. Good on the second free throw. We've got 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now here's Barea. Knocked away. Over Payton. Top of the key jumper, no good. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Right back after this break. Now in the later stages of his career, Dirk Nowitzki talked about how special he feels marching his way up the all-time scoring leaderboard.
Makes you reflect. You know, milestones always make you reflect on everything. I've been really blessed.
And it's clear, GA, that Dirk still enjoys playing the game and draining buckets in a variety of ways.
You can't deny his legacy. Arguably the best 7-foot shooter in the history of our game, which is why he's so high up on that leaderboard.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
We've got Darius Miller. Solomon Hill is out there with Diallo. Then there's Elfrid Payton, and it's Clark in at the 2. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
Doncic kicks to Nowitzki. Pass to Doncic. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Drops in the tray. Barea's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Mavs.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Payton looking around. Shoots over Doncic. Hits the front of the rim and out. Mavericks leading by 9. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Matthews against Miller. Shot clock at 5. Matthews passes to Nowitzki. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. And now an 11-point Dallas lead.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
Clark kicks to Diallo. Here's Clark. Hill with it. Picked up by Nowitzki. Here's Clark. A stupendous finish in traffic. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Barea finds Mesri. Matthews, no good.
Yeah, defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
Hill against Nowitzki. Miller outside. Shot clock at 6. And it's Clark in the corner. That three off the mark. Mavericks leading by 9. Outside Matthews. Over Miller. It's hauled in by Diallo. For New Orleans, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Payton against Barea. Dallas again missing. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Basket counts. Miller's got his first bucket of the night. Mavericks shooting at 46%, making some buckets. And Alfred Payton, over his 4 seasons, developing one of the most distinctive hairstyles in the league.
You know, and I remember seeing some footage where his hair seemed to block his vision on a shot attempt. For a player who had struggled shooting the ball, many question whether a trim might be in order. We'll see.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Okafor is checked in for Hill. Mirotic comes in for Miller. E'Twaun Moore, he's checked in for Ian Clark. And it's Holiday in for Payton. And then for Dallas, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Mejri. Mike Powell comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And it's Barnes in for Doncic.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Something the NBA has tested out in the G League, Brent. Coaches' challenges. What do you think?
I think the idea of making sure that the handkerchief matches the tie is a great idea.
Only you would say that. Only you would say that.
I'm just worried with some of the casual styles in the NBA that it's not going to be accessible. But
I think you're right.
I think it's going to happen, and I think it's going to be interesting for the league, but it's going to happen.
Anything to make these coaches do more, make more decisions,
and make decisions that you know can impact whether or not your team wins the basketball game or loses it. Because after a referee makes a determination that you think might be the other way, or they don't look at a replay where you're sure and certain that you could get possession, I'm reaching for the hanky.
One shot, gentlemen.
And last season, a bit of a breakout one for Mirotic. Saw a huge jump in his production and shot a career best from the floor. Across the board, he was a completely changed player despite what was a turbulent season.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Now Holiday, he picked up 12 points in their last win against the Clippers. Good work there as it goes. And with Mirotic, Greg, as you alluded, his year last year had a lot of ups and downs.
You know, he missed a good stretch of the season with that broken jaw from the fight he had with a teammate, and then the trade demands to get out of Chicago shortly after coming back. And despite all this, his defense and rebounding were dramatically improved and really a key contributor on offense.
Pelicans trail by 8. Moore with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. Holiday looking for an opening. Shot clock at 5. And Mirotic has it in the corner. Okafor trying to get open. Mirotic's shot is off.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Second shot opportunity. The shot by Powell, no good. For New Orleans, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. To the inside. Here's Okafor. He's off on that one. Jordan with some nice D. Dallas leading by 8. And here's Barea. That's good. A tough shooting night. He's 2 for 8 and looking for more. New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. And Moore kicks to Holiday. Pass to Diallo. To the paint. It's rebounded by Dallas. Howell's got rebound number 5 here tonight. He dishes it to Barea. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And it's a 12-point Maverick lead. The Pelicans shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Diallo the pass to Holiday. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. New Orleans making a switch here. Randall's checked in. And Dallas with a change here too. Smith has checked in. The pass to Okafor. Shot clock at 5. Here's Mirotic. Offline with his 3.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Feeds it to Matthews. More up top. He's covered by Matthews. It's deflected, and that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Taking a look at New Orleans. Third best record here in the early going. And, of course, the Mavericks. 7.5 games behind.
And, for the Mavericks, they haven't packed any big surprises into the early part of this season. They're right in the middle of the NBA's pecking order.
And based on their early returns, it's really hard to see that position changing very much in one direction or another. I see them as a team that's right there in the middle of the pack, but not one that's ready to make any leap this year.
Here's Smith. After Drew Holiday's score, Barnes kicks to Smith. Pass to Powell. Mirotic grabs the miss.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
Mavericks leading by 10. Down low, here's Barnes. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Barnes has got 8 points here in this quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Smith kicks to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Yeah, you got to appreciate the mindset of Smith. Solid at running the offense and finding his teammates who are open.
Outside Holiday. Now here's Okafor. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Smith against Holiday. And stolen by Mirotic. Here's Randall. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Holiday finds Okafor. And then Okafor slams it in.
That shot was all about Holiday and his ability to see the floor and the open man.
Mavericks leading by 14. Matthews passes to Smith. Offline with his 3. New Orleans gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Holiday. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, after a tough first quarter, it didn't get to him in any way. He's really stepped up here in the second quarter.
As much as Drew Holiday can contribute on the offensive end, Brent, with his scoring and playmaking, he's also a very capable defender.
Well, he's more than capable. He is one of the better defenders at that position. And the more years Drew Holiday has in the league, the more he's got a notebook of what it is guys like to do and the things he can take away. Great hands, great lateral movement, and last year showed up in a big way defensively for Alvin Gentry.
And that one misses.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
Now here's Barnes. His last outing, he had 8 points. Nice shot by Smith.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Mirotic, and right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Mirotic has got 6 points in the quarter. Holiday against Smith. And Okafor with the block. Randall surveying the D. Holiday left side. Back to Randall. He kicks it to Mirotic. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Drew Holiday.
Yeah, I think Drew Holiday has been very selective in his shots tonight. Most of them have gone in.
Now here's Barnes. 10 points for him. Powell inside. He's defended by Randall. Powell, that's good.
Yeah, it's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
To the middle, here's Randall. It's good, the assist that time from Holiday. And it's 6 points for Julius Randall.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Smith kicks to Powell. Pass to Barnes. And Okafor with the block. And he recovers it. And that one's good, Barnes.
Such astounding shooting right now from him. He is untouchable from the perimeter. What a performance.
Here's Moore. Passes it to Mirotic. Wide open look. Offensive rebound. Okafor laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Matthews, no one around him. Another 3 for Dallas.
And he is not shy about pulling the trigger from downtown. Matthews has the eye and the confidence from three-point range that you just love to see.
Outside Holiday. It's deflected. And so it's Dallas, looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Harrison, a strong first half for you guys defensively. What has worked at that end?
We're trying to be active. This is a very good team. They've been shooting the ball really well from 3, so we're just trying to run them off the line.
So far, so good. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They have a 13-point lead. And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to their lead.
And Kenny, what'd you see from New Orleans?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Welcome back, folks. Downtown New Orleans shining brightly tonight, as you can see from this bird's eye view. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. A fantastic game from Dennis Smith in this one.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Well, we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. On the wings, it's Doncic and Barnes. Jordan is out there with Dwight Powell, and it's Smith in at the point guard. Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Houston Rockets. And then on Monday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic.
And for that game against the Hawks, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
Now, here is Smith, following the miss by Julius Randle.
You just never know what Doncic is going to do. I mean, which is one of the reasons he gets the defense to foul it.
First trip to the line for him here.
Taking 2 shots.
Two shots.
And the first one drops.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
So he gets them both. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. 15-point game. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Randle no good.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
That's his first personal foul.
Powell kicks to Doncic. Dallas moving it around. And the pass to Jordan. He feeds it to Powell. The shot misses. Randle with some nice D. Pelicans trail by 15. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. And here's more outside. And the Pelicans miss again.
And they just cannot seem to get it going so far in this half, missing their first 3 shots.
Doncic kicks to Jordan. Pass to Doncic. Smith outside. Off target from outside. For New Orleans, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Pass to Holiday. Outside Mirotic. Just 5 on the clock. For the 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Mavericks going the other way now.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed. No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Randle with the bucket.
All right, after 4 misses, they finally get one to go. That has to be a big relief for the offense after beginning this half on a bit of a cold streak.
Now, here is Smith. 15 points in the game. Got a piece of it. Kicks it to Jordan. Now here's Powell, guarded by Holiday. The shot by Powell, no good.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
Here's Holiday. He's got 13. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Mirotic gets the bucket.
Well, Mirotic at his size, being able to stretch out and shoot the three becomes a huge floor spacer for this offense.
Mavericks leading by 10. Now Smith. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Randall with the bucket. Randall's got 10 points in the game.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Now, here's Doncic. D right on him. Count it. Doncic has got 4 points this quarter.
And already in his career, Doncic displays a remarkable amount of pro moves, including that floater right there.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Hill, he's checked in for Okafor. Darius Miller comes in for Mirotic. And it's Payton in for Ejuan Moore. And then for Dallas, Mejri, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nowitzki comes in for Dwight Powell. And Barea subbed in for Dennis Smith. Here is Barea. He has 7. The dish to Barnes. Down low. Miller surveying the floor. And the Pelicans get it back. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Holiday.
And it's just encouraging to see Luka step up on defense. Must continue to bring that type of intensity.
Takes the 13-footer. He can't get it to go. Randall with some nice D. Hill kicks to Payton. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Barea. Dishes it to Doncic. Barea with it. He's got 7. And he uses the glass on the layup. Barea's got 9.
Just a super unselfish guy. Doncic is all for getting his guys going. Enjoys setting the table.
Holiday finds Hill. To the paint. Here's Payton. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Now here's Barea. 9 points in the game so far. He can't get it to go. And here is Payton. Over to the left wing. Holiday with the 3. And so it's Barea with it. They'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. At one point, they led by 16. And the jam by Dirk Nowitzki.
Love when Nowitzki finishes with the dunk, showing some outstanding lift on that one.
Here's the floater. It's deflected, and it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Clark, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Wesley Matthews checked in for Dallas. Randall passes to Clark. Barea against Payton. 4 on the shot clock. Miller kicks to Randall. Shoots over Measury. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
2 shots. Foul. 2.
The Pelicans have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts.
Julius Randle. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. No good on the second free throw. Mavericks leading by 9. To the inside, Matthews. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Payton. He's around 10 points per game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
Loose shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Did you ever think, Brent, that we'd see this many players, 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers, handling the ball and shooting like we're seeing them shoot from that kind of distance?
I'm hopeful for it. I've been hopeful for it, and it doesn't surprise me about what the league is. This is a very select group of people that have the right combination of DNA and genetics, and the fact that these guys are more and more capable with their skill set, not a surprise to me, Kevin.
So fun to watch, too. My goodness. He kicks it to Randall. The feed now to Miller. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Miller's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Matthews with it, and it's Miller picking him up. And it's Matthews with the jam.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You could see the timing there.
Here's Payton. The Mavericks making the shot. Shoots over Barea. Payton can't get it to go. Now here's Barea. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Measury. Puts up a 3. And Matthews gets it to go in on the assist by Barea. Barea's got 3 assists tonight. Pelicans trail by 14. Clark kicks to Miller. Doncic with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up from about 19 feet. Offensive rebound over Miller. And Matthews gets it to go. Matthews has got 12 points in the game. New Orleans has gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Payton finds Miller. Back to Payton. Shot to stop the run, and Payton throws it down.
Yeah, I could talk about the vertical, but how about Payton's speed, putting that to use on that dunk.
Here's Barea. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. It's stolen by Hill. One-on-one here. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Sunday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons.
And for that Thunder game, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
No good on that one. Diallo, he's checked in for Ian Clark. And Dallas with a change here, too. Jordan, he's checked in for Salah Mejri. And he sinks the second.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
And they call an illegal screen here. And here's a rundown of the rookies already having a huge impact in their first season. These are the NBA's rookie scoring leaders. Second, Luka Doncic.
Well, coming in, you wondered how his talent would translate at this level in terms of scoring. And I've got to say, apparently, it's translating pretty well.
Now here's Randall. 12 points for him. Payton kicks to Hill. Another shot. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Diallo.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Matthews against Miller.
2 minutes.
The pass to Barea. Sinks the three-pointer. Barea's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, the defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
Here's Randall. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Now here's Barea. He's got 12. There's 1:26 left in the third quarter of the game. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Nowitzki. That's short off the rim.
You can't afford to let guys get comfortable there. The defense somehow avoided that shot from going in.
Mavericks leading by 12. And here's Matthews for the three. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Matthews.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Jordan. Third in rebounding, and he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And as you said, one of the league's top 3 rebounders. He has an instinct for how the shot's going to come off that rim. That's special. And the want-to corral it. Randall down low. He's working on Nowitzki. And Randall throws it down.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Bounce pass Barea. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Dallas moving it around. Now Barea. Pass to Doncic. The shot. They get a hand on it.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Well, something in this frame for sure, but when you're out of rhythm, sometimes it's better to play the role of being the facilitator.
Now here's Payton. He's got 9. Pass to Randall. Over Nowitzki. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Randall.
How about this run they're in the midst of, on the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead?
The aggressiveness has picked up on both sides of the floor, and I'm not sure what took them so long to muster that, but here we are.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Mavericks on top, up 8. On New Orleans, back in a moment. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Mavericks leading by 8. Mirotic out there with Julius Randle. Then there's Etuan Moore. Then there's Okafor. And it's Payton in at the 5. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Smith against Moore. 14 feet away. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Mirotic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Payton outside. Kicks to Okafor. To the middle. Here's Moore. It's deflected, and they get it back. Second shot opportunity. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket from Okafor.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Smith, no luck. Well, for New Orleans, shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. Outside Mirotic. Fires the 3. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Now, here's Doncic, covered by Mirotic. Smith kicks to Doncic. Passes it to Powell. 5 to shoot. Here's Matthews. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Okafor's got 6 rebounds now in the game. It's Randle with the drive. That's in, and the Dallas lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Payton.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Smith dishes to Doncic. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Julius Randle picks one up.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Doncic. And the Pelicans making a change here. Holiday's checked in. And Dallas with a change here too. Barnes is checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Outside Holiday. Trying his luck deep. It's rebounded by Dallas. At one point, they led by 16. Wing shot on the way. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Randle outside. Top of the key, Holiday. Teardrop shot. Randle passes to Okafor. The kick out to Holiday. Over Smith. The shot by Holiday, no good. And it's Barnes with the ball for Dallas. 6-point lead. Wasted no time on that one. 18 points for Smith.
Look, I checked the numbers, guys. We know he is great from out there. He made 1 in the first half. Now he has 1 so far in this half. Look out.
Holiday against Barnes. Holiday left side. Mirotic inside. Covered by Barnes. He doesn't hit that one. Mavericks leading by 9. Doncic kicks to Powell. Here's Barnes. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Now here's Moore. Defense is right there. Smith against Holiday. Back to Moore. 4 on the shot clock. To end the run. Great D that time from Jordan.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Here's Okafor. Count it from 12.
Guys, he can get this shot anytime he wants.
You bet. With his height, not many defenders are going to challenge that mid-range jump shot.
Barnes outside. He kicks it to Jordan. Over Moore. A shot by Jordan, no good. Pelicans trail by 9. Three-pointer. No good that time.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Deft touch on the alley-oop. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
Well, I like the shot selection of DeAndre Jordan. He stays ready to shoot, especially in the paint. Does not have many attempts in his career outside of it.
And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That's his first foul. Payton, he's checked in for New Orleans.
Substitution for your Pelicans. Alfred Payton.
And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That'll be his second foul of the game. Dallas on defense. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Shot clock at 5. Near the three-point line, it's Moore, and good, he nails it. Mavericks leading by 9. Here's Powell, no stopping him there, jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. Julius Randle picks one up.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And Powell, no good on that one. Pelicans trail by 11. Here's Randle. Jordan with the rebound.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Here's Barnes. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And the Mavericks lead by 13. New Orleans has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Payton kicks to Randle. Moore outside. Inside. Here's Okafor. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
That's his third personal foul. Shooting for New Orleans, Jahlil Okafor at the line for 2.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Okafor. He hits one and misses one each at the line. Here's Dallas. They're on a 13-5 run here. Here's Barnes, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Jahlil Okafor.
At the line for the Mavericks, Harrison Barnes, taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Barnes hits them both. Payton with the ball. Down low. Here's Randall. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. They trail by 14. The pass to Moore. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. And that'll be his third foul so far.
You got to get out there. You got to run and scramble the Jets to find each one more on the perimeter.
Dallas leading by 11. Doncic dishes to Powell. Doncic passes to Smith. Pass to Doncic. 6 to shoot. Over Randall. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
Moore with the bucket.
You hear that A word all the time, aggressive, and sometimes just being that can turn your game around. He's been that in the second half, their go-to guy here.
Smith finds Barnes. And the 3 off target.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
And here is Moore. Out to the wing. Here's Mirotic. No good on the triple.
It's just been a frustrating day for him all the way around, and it's rubbed off now, I think, on the rest of the team.
Lets it go from the wing, and Doncic gets it to go. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
And he's such a polished shooter. You can't give Doncic these kinds of opportunities, or he's going to burn you.
Feeds it to Randall. It's taken away by Smith. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Smith's got 5 points in the quarter.
And I like seeing that Smith Jr. has a strong sense for when to shoot the mid-range.
Payton kicks to Mirotic. Powell with the steal. It's stolen by Randall. That's tipped.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Doncic passes to Smith. A floater, and Okafor with the block. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Moore's running. And again, no good by New Orleans. Okay, time now for an injury report. And now, David Aldridge has an update for us on Drew Holiday. What's the news, David?
Hey, Kevin, I chatted briefly with the head athletic trainer for New Orleans. And the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. Of course, the schedule is getting extremely demanding at this time of the season, and that injury is only going to make things worse. Kevin?
Appreciate that, D.A. And now we get a chance to check out our Jordan Player of the Game.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Alvin Gentry told his team during the break. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball. We'll see if the message sunk in, Kevin.
From deep, Moore hits the three-point foul. Moore's got 10 points in the quarter.
Etuan Moore has shown some signs of being a lethal threat from the outside.
Barnes against Mirotic. Fires from the wing. Barnes can't get it to go.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Payton kicks to Randall. Ball's knocked loose. Moore outside. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Mirotic. Shoots over Doncic. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Mirotic.
That's really all you can do defensively. At times, Mirotic just can make some very difficult shots.
Here's Barnes. Excellent D there from Okafor. New Orleans now, time running out. To the inside, Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
And Smith proven to be a fantastic point guard, a terrific passer who does a great job of moving the ball on offense.
Payton finds Randall. Shoots over Powell. Randall no good. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Mavericks.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Mavericks.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. That they were disciplined and focused.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
Here's Doncic, and Okafor with the block. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And Moore kicks to Randall. And he uses the glass on the layup.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open man.
Now here is Smith. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.